So the first half of Pisces will fall Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. The last half is the winter, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So the last degree of Pisces is Pisces, and the sub-pentan is Pisces. It's the most Piscean point of Pisces, the last degree of Pisces. There's all kinds of little interesting patterns you notice as you go along. And it's doubtful if you can know them all, but the more charts you do, and the more this, it's not like you're using all of this depth on every chart. Everything becomes so much more depth to deal than one can deal with. But it allows you to selectively do that and choose individual degrees or a planet that's being afflicted, that's in a certain, it allows you a place to go to get more information and how to improve it or find answers to work with it, make it work better. And as soon as you elevate any planet or any point of your chart, you're elevating your consciousness, you're making it work better, and you're changing your destiny. Or you're working with it more. Okay, good, there is a chart for me. This is my chart for has the color. It's not a high pixel chart, but you can see the colors. But if you look on this is the chart with the 2-degree grids, the sidereal grids on the outside and the tropical grids on the inside. But outside of each colored sign, if you look at it, you'll see there's the colors. Red, red, orange, orange, amber, yellow, yellow, green for the masculine sign, then green, blue, indigo, aquarium, purple, crimson, or burgundy for the on each of the on the degree grid is colored pentans on this chart. So when I'm working with the chart, I can see the sign, I can see the pentan pretty much. Sometimes I have to look a little closely if it's between Capricorn and Sag, because I'm sometimes having trouble seeing the 2 blues, or between Aries and Taurus, to the red and the red oranges. My eyes aren't so sharp on the colors. So okay, this is my chart. That was my chart, but this is in color. So I can see from the color, here's my sun over here in Libra, green, that's the whole band is green for the sun. And it goes up in its line, it goes up and you see, oh, there's the yellow band there for the pentan, 23 degrees. It's the yellow band of Leo. So there it is, there's my sun. The charts on the computers, I always put the ascendant on the left, and in the color charts, the colors are set, the zodiac is set, and the earth spins inside of it. So here are the ascendants on the other side. The part below the horizon is on the top part of the chart. The houses move around because that's the earth moving inside the seasons and moving inside the stars. They're the constellations. So, okay. There's my sun in Libra. If we take the pentans, we have the Libra sun with the Leo. It's like, I try to make things beautiful. I want to share the things I have. I'm Libra that way. I want people to, I love the applause. I love to know I've done something best. I like to show things. I like a drawing. I like a chart form to look better than any other chart forms. I'm driven to do that. If something's not good enough or I haven't done my best at something, I won't even bother using it. I won't do it. There's a sort of Leo pride or self-esteem within. So the main thing of the Libra, the green of the main Libra, being harmonious, having ideas, being able to share ideas, and having a vision of where things go to, and following those visions. I put my heart really strongly into following those visions. That's the Leo. And then, as I'm putting my heart into it, my feelings are really interwoven and very deep. I put my feelings really deeply into it. So if my feelings get hurt, it affects my pride, it affects my vision. It really has a strong effect on me. So that's a little, like on each of that level, I can spend half an hour easily going by just working one level to another, see how one works into the other, and thinking the different ways how it can affect each, without even getting into the mechanics of the chart. This is the mechanics of the signs of the heavens that we're trying to attune to. My moon, okay, so I've done this. I have a few charts here, the sun, moon, the IC, and the ascendant, just to get a sense of how my moon's in Cancer. Moody, shy, sensitive. I brood, I collect things, I have trouble throwing out things, I munch. You know, I got the Cancers, okay, energy. But inside of the Cancer, I have Capricorn Pentan. So I live really simple. I live in my own place. I live really simply, vegetarian. I have my own ways, but I'm very disciplined in how I live my day to day. I get up, I do a meditation for half an hour now, and then I do a Tai Chi and meditate during the Tai Chi for another half hour. So then I do another meditation or chanting for an hour or two, and then I have my shower. Then I have then I'll start my day, have breakfast, start a day, and I have a very disciplined, controlled way in my life. I'm very controlled in my feelings, and it's the Cancer can be very shy, but also in political situations, I get really defensive. I really can get inwardly, even though I'm feeling things, I get threatened by it, or I feel defensive about it. And inside of that, with the Pisces intimate detail of Pisces sub-pentan, when I'm working hard to do it, I believe in what I'm doing and believe in the discipline, and it builds up the hobby, like any hobby, a family tree. I get hours spending time into it to build it up because I believe it's worthwhile. But if I start feeling guilty about it or something goes wrong, I take the blame. I put the blame on it affects why I bother with doing this. It affects my moods, which then affects my weight, of course. And the story goes, and the wheel goes around. So I'm just trying to make this a little more personal for you so you can see how it works and get a bearing of what to expect. It's not just totally, especially my IC is in Scorpio. The IC is it's the umbilical cord of your soul to your body, to your life. It's the motivation point, your inner motivation point. What makes you tick? Why you get up in the morning? Me, I got Scorpio. I get up with judgments. I got to do this. I got to face it. I got to deal with it. I got judgments. I got Scorpio. I got intensity. There. And when it's positive, it's great. When it's bad, I get up. Well, I got to deal with this negative stuff. Okay, so I got the Scorpio intensity there. Or as a younger man, much more passion intensity. Inside of that, I have a Pisces sub-theme. So inside of the Scorpio, judgmental, strong motivation, I'm determined I have to do this. Has to be done. I have to make this. I'll do this for you. I'll get this. Don't tell me no. I got to get this done. I'm pumped, inwardly pumped. By the time I start my day, I'm already wound up. I start intensely. I have this list to take care of, things to take care of. Well, now, every day I get up, I got to do someone's chart. I got to get rid of my life, let go of it, and go into someone else's world, all their darkness or negativity, and be ready to be open to it and try and find suggestions, and then finish the session, and then perhaps forget about it and get it clear before the next day starts. So I literally do have to die daily and not carry yesterday's worries into today. From chart to chart, or person to person, but I'm motivated to do this. That intensity is there. And inside of that, I have Pisces. So I'm motivated to have to prove I know what I'm doing. I'm in what I'm doing. I have to get the experiences I need to have. I drive myself in a great depth to get experience, to have some integrity, and to be practicing what I preach and living what I'm doing. And inside of that, I have a lot of mystical beliefs around it, which ties into chanting and the meditation. And all of that is part of my emotional centering to start with. But inside of that, starting my day-to-day work, I'm on the computer, I'm writing, I'm preparing a chart, I'm working. I have a really mental thing inside of that. And I'm motivated for the mystical knowledge of astrology and those teachings. It's incredible how knowledge and a little bit of spiritual reading can keep your faith and your belief and your feelings going and keep you centered and reinforce your emotions and your texture of your life. So the IC is a mystic one. It's really profound. It takes more time to think than a few minutes just talking like this, but it's a starting point. You go back to your worksheets on your IC, the sign it was in, the aspects made to it. You're looking at the IC, you're trying to see what's the IC doing in itself. Never mind the aspects. What's it doing for itself? What sign is it? What influences is it tapping into? What roots is that tree tapping in? What water are those roots of the tree reaching? And I've been very motivated by astrology and knowledge more than from school. As I found new knowledge, it really had a huge effect on my beliefs and what I was doing in my life. Perhaps a little obsessively so at times. Now my ascendant, I have Virgo ascendant. So I have the sun in Libra, moon in Cancer. I have the sweet little sun in Libra, the shy moon, the moody, sympathetic, kind of timid moon in Cancer, and the shy Virgo ascendant. You'd never know me at all, because I've never had. If it weren't for the Scorpio motivation, a whole bunch of Scorpio life and things, I have to do this, I have this. I'm driven to do things. But even though those are my main three things, they're not that notice. They don't stand out that much. It's not. There are other things in my chart that make them stand. But my ascendant is Virgo. I'm very self-critical, very analytical. I'm always fixing things, thinking things, improving things. If I say something was wrong, oh, geez, I got to go fix that. Happens all the time doing some lists for the forum or doing some this, and I have to go back and think, oh, there's a mistake there. That means I got to fix these 40, 50 pages going back to fit, if that, so that one, anyways, it gets complicated, but that's normal for me. But on a personal level, I'm self-critical. I'm picking up. I'm never good enough. I'm never fixed. I'm driving to try and improve things, It's critical, but inside it is to have a Libra focus. So it ties into my sun sign Libra. It's important to be appreciated, do something artistic or beautiful. So in doing charts, I had to figure out how to draw a chart exactly. I had to do this before computers, of course. And then I had to draw it. I had to be able to see it graphic. I had to be able to look at a chart and look up in the sky and see the planets where they would be. Until I did the zodiac as fixed and did just the house, when you just do the houses chart, you can't look at the chart and look up and see them in the sky. They're not anyway the same. So then I started doing it with the signs and putting planets in the degrees and marking the houses off that way. And I could look at the chart and go out and see the planets where they were. It took a lot of detail, like, but I like to share those ideas inside of it. So I'm driven because I really want to have the appreciation of the beauty of seeing things. Sometimes there's something, I have a concept of music or things, say things with astrology and music. Like nobody's going to necessarily be interested, but I just have to hear it. So I'm driven for months to have to work on this, to get these skills, to get the music set, to do this piece, to build it up. So I have this artistic Venus side inside of it, but I'm always fussy about it. Like I can chant for hours nonstop. But when I grew up, I was told not to sing. You're not allowed to sing. You can't sing. You're horrible. I grew up not being allowed to sing. I get the day off when the class choir had to sing. They wouldn't even let me mime. So I had these blocks about singing. And yet then when I was older and I was so involved in music, I took an ear training course and I just have to listen. And that ear training course was so traumatic. I thought it was all about singing. Everyone was professional. I didn't know an A from a C, but it really hit a nerve in me and made me, I'm still sensitive about singing in front of people, but at least I understand the process and I can do it now. I'm not afraid of it anymore. Cautious, wary, yeah, but not afraid of it. Like, it's okay if I'm not perfect all the time, but I'm looking for that quality. I'm analyzing for that quality. I do it with astrology, I do it with music. I do it all. And then inside of that, I have another Virgo sub-pentan. So I'm on each side, I'm picking it and analyzing it left and right, trying to refine what I'm doing, trying to make it better, trying to make it more detailed, a little bit better. So as soon as I saw the pentans, oh wow, I had to see that. Oh, that was a great. Then I realized the sub-pentans, that was a whole bunch of years of work to have to get the sub-pentans and get them in order and see that clear. Once I saw it, I had to do it.